The year 2023 has been an eventful one for the business world. OpenAI's ethical dilemma, the Adani-Hindenburg row, N.R. Narayan Murthy's call for a 70-hour work week, succession plans at Reliance, and the evolution of X are some of the highlights of 2023. Starting with OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, let's take a closer look at the top personalities who dominated headlines this year. Artificial intelligence has been one of the greatest innovations in recent years, and the AI system, mainly OpenAI's ChatGPT, grabbed headlines this year. When OpenAI had introduced ChatGPT in November 2022, its founder, Sam Altman, had captured widespread attention. Altman made the news this year too when the OpenAI board removed him from the position of CEO on November 17 for reasons that remained obscure. However, within 5 days, he was reinstated as the CEO of OpenAI. Some significant developments unfolded within those 5 days. Microsoft announced that it would hire Altman to lead its new AI research team. Remarkably, about 700 out of 770 OpenAI employees expressed their intent to join Altman at Microsoft. Later, all board members, with the exception of one, were ousted from their positions. The crisis at OpenAI exposed the divide between AI optimists and those advocating a more cautious approach. The incident reflects the irrepressible role that certain individuals like Sam Altman play in the realm of AI and other technological innovations. Back home, the Adani-Hindenburg saga also unfolded as a significant story. US short seller Hindenburg Research accused the Gautam Adani-run group of accounting fraud, stock manipulation, and routing of funds through foreign shell companies. Stocks of the group's listed companies tanked, wiping out $120 billion of shareholder wealth by late February. At the end of 2022, the total market value of all 10 listed Adani companies was 19.6 trillion rupees. That had now fallen to 13.6 trillion rupees as of last week. In a 400-page response, the Adani Group questioned what it called Hindenburg's ulterior motives and rejected the allegations. Amid intense scrutiny, the Supreme Court constituted a 6-member expert committee to probe the allegations. The court also asked market regulator SEBI to investigate any manipulation. The SC-appointed committee couldn't find any regulatory failure, and the SEBI also drew a blank in its probe. The group is now charting a new course by rebalancing its growth ambitions, slowing down big-ticket acquisitions, and strengthening its balance sheet.
But at the end of the day, most Adani companies have monopolistic characteristics. They are in the key infrastructure segments in India. So from that perspective, I would think the Adani group is still, I would say, secure. But at the end of the day, Adani's group needs to work towards more transparency as far as investors goes. There is greater regulatory scrutiny. The SEBI, I would say, scrutiny is still not over. Investigations are still ongoing on the violation of the minimum public shareholding of Adani Group companies. So all these are yet to pan out in 2024.
Meanwhile, speaking at an event, Infosys co-founder N.R. Narayan Murthy sparked a debate by suggesting that young Indians should work 70 hours a week if the country has to compete on the global stage. The remark divided India Inc. While some corporate leaders endorsed Murthy's sane advice during a nation-building phase, others pointed out that productivity is not linked to the total hours employees put in. Many pointed out that since 85% of India's workforce belongs to the informal economy, most Indians are already working long hours for which they are not adequately remunerated.
I remember going to his office in Bangalore, which was a very Spartan office with just a fan there and no air conditioning. And a person who is so very serious about every appointment that he makes. It is impossible to change his diary schedule. So all of that, when you look at it in terms of what he said about 70 hours a week work all fits into one rhythm of a very serious, committed, extremely, extremely strict person who lives life by very strict rules. And that's what makes him so admirable. It's not the 70 hours that we should focus on, but the entire personality of that great man who has become a symbol of corporate governance for India.
India's biggest conglomerate by market capitalization, Reliance Industries, set its succession plan in motion this year. Chairman Mukesh Ambani announced the appointment of his children to the board of the $119 billion group as non-executive directors during the annual general meeting held in September. Isha Ambani is currently leading Reliance's expanding retail business, while her twin brother Akash oversees Reliance Jio Infocorp. Anant Ambani is in charge of the group's new energy business. Mukesh Ambani stepped down from the board, but he will continue as chairman and managing director for another 5 years. For Twitter, everything changed after Elon Musk took office in 2022. In 2023, he changed its name and Twitter became X. The famous blue bird was replaced with a new X logo, as Musk quoted controversies reinstating people who were earlier banned for hate speech and vaccine conspiracies. Advertisers fled and the company's valuation tumbled. Musk resorted to radical cost cutting through layoffs. Twitter has traditionally relied on advertising revenue, but Elon Musk sought to diversify income through a separate subscription-based model, allowing users to pay for blue tick and other features. Recently, he announced 2 new premium subscription tiers and urged employees to think ambitiously. His long-term plan for X is greater than just as a social media company. He aspires to make X an everything app. However, according to the New York Times, X could lose as much as $75 million in advertising revenue by the end of this year. The setback follows Elon Musk's endorsement of an anti-Semitic conspiracy theory earlier this month, which made major brands to pause their marketing campaigns on the platform.
It has to be seen whether Twitter itself succeeds in a form of as a business, whether going forward someday it will list again in stock markets and it will play out to be a financial success for Elon Musk. Be that as it may be, as of now, it is like a sort of a champion of free speech. And so I would think that Twitter has come out of its past and now moving in a new direction.
The year also witnessed the passing away of several notable business figures. Keshav Mahindra, Chairman Emeritus of Mahindra & Mahindra. P.R.S. Oberoi, Executive Chairman of the Oberoi Group. S.P. Hinduja, the primary shareholder and Chairman of the Hinduja Group of Companies. Subrata Roy, founder of the business conglomerate Sahara India Parivar. And Parag Desai, the 49-year-old owner and executive director of Wagh Bakri Tea Group, were among those who departed in 2023.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.
He's making plans for an early retirement. Business Standard.